Hello guys, welcome to another episode of my life experiences. My name is Wezi Nyaniwa Sosola, your usual host. If you are new to this channel, this is a place where we share life experiences with the hope that someone may listen, be inspired, and learn from these experiences. Today I've got a guest. She's a friend from church. One time we were catching up at church and she mentioned to me that she's a business owner, and I was so thrilled, I was so excited to say that, wow, who's this woman who's running a business? You know, it takes a lot of guts to run a business. So her name is Sarah. Just introduce yourself. Tell us more about yourself.
Hi, my name is Sarah Banda. I am married and I have 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. Yeah, the ages 10 and 7 and 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, so what is it exactly? Can you share with us, the viewer, what is it exactly that you do? And how did you start this business? When did you start?
Okay, so basically I do several things. I have a nursery school. Of course, it's a partnership with 2 friends. And I also have another business with another partner. It's a tailoring shop. And also I do catering work, but the catering work I do it as an individual by myself. Yeah, but the school, for me to start the school, to join the partners, is because one of my friends, the one who started the school, had another partner, and she said she could not manage to continue working with her, so she opted out. So my friend said, okay, I'll continue with the school. And then because she was working, she said, I need to find someone who is not working. And by then I was not working. Yeah, because I was not around and we had just arrived and I had a baby by then. So she approached me and told me about her dreams. And because I was just staying at home, I said, okay, it's fine. I will see how it goes. If I'm not satisfied, then I'm not going to join you. So my joining there was... I went there without any money. My contribution was my time, but my friend is the one who was sourcing all the funds for the school. And then there was another partner as well, and the 2 of them were the ones sourcing funds for the school. And I would just go there and spend time the whole day and meet with the parents and see where we can improve as a school. And by the time I was joining, that was 2019, we had only 7 learners, 3 paying and 4 non-paying, and the school was not doing so well. Yeah. So when I joined, I had to see what other strategies we can find and use so that at least we improve and we grow the school. Yeah. So currently we have 50 learners.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But and we thank God for that because it's more than what we expected. Yeah.
So this is just a nursery school?
Just a nursery school. We have nursery school and we also have standard 1 and 2. Okay. So the nursery school, we are doing a Montessori system kind of teaching, and then the primary, we are doing Cambridge. Of course, sometimes we incorporate some of the government syllabus topics because we can't just base it on Cambridge because some learners will go to government schools. Yeah.
Yeah, so really, I just want to understand, is this in line with your profession, what you do at the school? Is it you accepted the challenge? And from what I'm hearing, it's not like you are teaching. You are doing something like administrative and the strategy, something like that.
Yes.
So is it in line with your profession?
No, actually when I was studying, it was not. Because before this, I was working in a bank. But my background was in accounting.
Okay.
So when I resigned from the bank and I did whatever in between and then met this friend of mine, I wasn't really into business, I should say.
Yeah.
Yes. So when I started, I've learned actually a lot of the things on the job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, of course, I have done some school in an administration school, but it's not like it was something that it was my background before I started all this.
Okay, so the school that we are doing, you did it simultaneously with the job?
Yes.
While we are, okay. Yes. Or I saw you just wanted to improve yourself, to better yourself for the... Yeah, so that's one thing that I can learn from what you are saying, that it's really important to have a kind of a continuous professional development. Don't just be satisfied with where you are, because there are some challenges that cause for you to have some specific skills, and you really need to improve yourself in certain areas, and that's what I'm learning from you.
Yes.
Yeah, and also the on-the-job training, very important. Yeah. So you've said you are working with partners.
Yes.
Yeah, and you gave your time. How are you really getting together with this partnership? Because sometimes, really, if you are running a business as a partnership, it doesn't last for long. But from what you're saying, I see that you've started in 2019 up to now. How many years is that?
3 years.
3 years, and it's still going strong. What's your secret?
I would say prayer.
Okay.
Prayer. Yeah. There's no secret, honestly. It's just a matter of, actually, we also sit and we are wondering, and we are always saying that this should be the work of God.
Yeah.
Because the one who started the school, she's not very good with administrative work. She's not really good. But she has very good business ideas. And myself, I also get business ideas, but they are not as big as the ones that she gets. Because she has another business, it's also doing so well. Yeah. So it's like we complement each other, and we always say that it is just by the grace of God.
Yes.
But apart from that, we also have a way of communicating to each other. We try as much as possible to criticize each other, but constructively, not just to hurt someone's feelings. Yeah. So we do talk, and then we agree. If we have not agreed on a thing, we sleep on it. Yeah, we call it processing. We say, let me go and process first, then I'll come back to you. Then we go and each one of us think deeply, and then we come back and then discuss it some more. But so far we haven't had issues, honestly. Yeah, and we always thank God for that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so inspiring indeed. I mean, I'm just seeing from what you are saying, you're talking about communication. Communication is indeed very important everywhere, even in a marriage, in a friendship, in a partnership, as you are putting it. Communication is really key. Without communication, you can't move ahead. So we need to learn to open up and to communicate, express whatever grievances we have with each other. And if possible, sleep on it and make a decision later, as you are putting it. You've also talked about prayer. God is so amazing. The way He joined you, the two of you together, is so wonderful. I think it's just sometimes also important to listen to the voice of God. What is it that He's whispering to you? Because I'm sure that if you were not really getting the voice of God, you couldn't have gone into this sort of partnership.
Because actually I wouldn't have, because that time I was getting a job offer as well from one of my previous bosses. He had approached me. I had approached him actually and said, could I have my job back? And he said, okay, as soon as you're ready, just let me know. You can discuss. And then this other friend of mine comes and tells me about this opening, and I was like, okay, so which one do I take? And as you can see, the other one was a business that was not even thriving. But then the other one is a big organization, and I was like, maybe I should go to where I already know that I'm going to be okay. But before resigning at the bank, I had a few disappointments, so maybe I just felt like maybe I should try something new and not go back to. Oh,
all right. But despite saying that, I know that still running a business, there are some challenges that you could be meeting. What challenges are you facing running this business?
We have so many challenges. I think the one that was so big for us was the COVID, because as I told you, I joined my friend in 2019, and then we had COVID by end of 2019. So schools had to close. We closed, and we had almost an 8-month break. So that time we were not generating any income, but we had staff to pay. So we had to dip in our pockets and then to make sure that at least we give them a little something. We know that some schools had already stopped paying their employees somewhere in early 2020, but we made sure that every month we paid them their full salary, except for was it August, I think. We paid them half, but fortunately enough, September we had reopened. So as soon as we opened and we got some money, we paid a little bit more to them, towards them, their salaries, because we know how tough things are out there. Yeah, so financial problems, and then also to grow the school, to find a suitable place, because like I said, we only have up to standard 2. Our dream was to go all the way to have full primary.
Yes.
But then space is just limited, and when we try to find bigger spaces, bigger land, you'd find that they are just way pricey, and we can't afford that. So the main challenge for us is that when it comes to staff, I can't complain, honestly. Yeah.
All right, COVID was really a big thing, and what I'm thanking you for is that you prioritized your employees. You realize that you've got an obligation and you had to meet it, because sometimes business owners, they like prioritizing their own needs, and you'll find that employees are going unpaid for 2 months, 3 months, yet they are doing the work. So I think on humanitarian grounds, I think it's not good, it's not ethical to do that. So I'm just encouraged also by your spirit that you said, okay, my employees are here, they still need to earn a living there for their own families, and you prioritized that. What about the online learning? Did you explore that?
Yes, we tried, but the lessons were not going as smoothly as we wished, because some parents were still going to work, and then when they're coming home late in the evening, the children are tired, and children are mostly tired by 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They are tired.
Yes.
So the schoolwork, the way they would do it, is not as good as the way they would do it in the morning hours.
Yeah.
So you'd find that the work is piling, it's not getting done, and then there was some, we don't want to do your work. Why should we pay you? Because they had to pay for the packages for the online learning. Why should we pay? And then we are the ones teaching the children at home. So it was a challenge. So when we went back to our normal lessons, we had to redo all the work that we were supposed to do over that period that we had a lockdown. Okay,
that's interesting. But you also mentioned that you are doing tailoring. Can you just maybe elaborate on what exactly you are doing and how is it that you are doing it?
Yes, we have a tailor, one who is specialized in men's clothing, especially the chitenje shirts and the like. And we also have another tailor who does the bridesmaids' dresses and the other dresses for the ladies especially. So there I have another partner, a friend. So there we went in 50-50, money-wise, and then even the time that we input there, it is equally done. So this one is totally different from how we are running the school as well. We also have a manager there, so I don't spend that much time at the tailor. But the challenge that we are having there is with the tailors. You find a very good tailor, but they are not willing to just do their work properly. They're always giving you excuses, and they're not coming in, or they're coming in late. And then there's also the issue of electricity. You find that we don't have lights, and most of the machines, they use electricity, so you find that work is not moving as fast as you would love. So what motivated you to start up the tailoring business? So we saw that there was a gap. Yes, there are tailors, good tailors, ones that provide the service, but you find that the price is just way up there. By the time we were starting, by the way, this one started in 2019 as well. By the time we were starting, the good tailors would tell you that a nice national wear sometimes that time was 30,000 kwacha. And we thought, everyone wants to look good, but
The price.
The prices sometimes can be a turn-off.
Yes.
So maybe we can try to offer something nice at a subsidized price.
Yeah.
Not too cheap, but something that's reasonable.
Yeah. Okay. So like now doing tailoring, you are doing running a school, but I also know that you are a baker.
Yes.
Guys, we've got a Proverbs 31 woman here. We've got a Proverbs 31 woman. Yeah, so you mentioned that you are doing a catering business, you are baking. So how are you managing to juggle like the catering, the tailoring, and also the school?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, at the tailoring shop we have a manager, so she's the one handling the things there, and I'm just popping in every now and then, and also my partner is always there. She's also going there to check on things. And the school, we have a headmistress and a deputy.
Yeah.
So at least they can handle some of the things there as well.
Yeah.
So I can also have time to myself to do the catering work. But mostly the baking, I do it late at night or early in the morning. Because also when it comes to decorating cakes, I find that I work best when I am alone, when people are not talking so much to me, so that I can concentrate. So I can only do that late at night or early in the morning because like I mentioned, I have young children, so they are always there asking me questions, and they also want to help, but I cannot let them help on a cake that is someone else is waiting on.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have to see what time and how to handle all that. So basically, cakes and baking is done late at night or early in the morning. Yeah, so it means during the day I can now do the school and the tailoring. Yeah, so on the part of the tailoring, you said you injected some capital 50-50 with your friend. Yes.
How did you raise your capital? Did you get it from your savings? Did you get a loan? Because these days a lot of people are failing to get into business just because they don't have source of capital. So how can you tip us on how you managed to get this capital?
It was our savings. But also our partners assisted. They also put in a little something. But we also got a loan. But the reason why we involved our partners was that we didn't want to get a hefty loan.
Yeah.
So that we start a business. Because that's the other thing that is a danger. People want to start big, which is a problem. When you get a loan, you have to know that the interests that are attached to that loan. Yeah. It might look attractive and whatever, but there are interests that are attached to that loan. Yeah. So it's better you get a loan when you are sure that you're going to refund that money in a short space of time. Yeah. So we opted for that we should not just go big, you know. Yeah. So that at least as we are growing, we can also see how the business can grow as well. So it has been a steady growth. It hasn't been a very big growth. It has been a steady growth, but we are hanging in there.
You at least you are realizing some profits by the end of the day.
Yes. Yeah. But like the other catering business, it's also seasonal. Like right now we are having weddings, and then you find that business is bigger than when you're comparing it to maybe during our winter season. People don't want to have weddings during those times.
Yes,
yeah.
All right, so you've talked about you got some capital injection from your partners. You were talking about your husband in this case. Okay, so yeah, I shared in another episode also on how to get sources of financing, and it's also just resonating quite well with what you are saying. I said, okay, you can get it from if you are married or if you've got a partner, you can get it from them. You can get it from a loan. Only if you know that the returns will be good and you'll be able to repay it in the quickest time, but also starting small. You don't have to envy your friends who've got a big thriving business, but you have to learn to start small and from there grow your business. I just want to refer to the Bible also because of the kind of woman that you are. The Proverbs 31 woman, I just want to read from Proverbs 31, starting from verse 10. The virtuous wife. Who can find a virtuous wife? For her wealth is found above rubies. The heart of her husband safely trusts her, so he will have no lack of gain. Yeah. So they are saying that the heart of her husband safely trusts her. So for him to give you this capital injection, it just shows that the husband does trust you.
Yes.
Because sometimes the problem that as women we have is that once we have a business, it is thriving. Sometimes we've got this feeling of entitlement. Okay, you feel entitled, and you feel like you are so important. You can't listen even at home. So it's just really important to balance because I'm a big proponent of family.
Yes.
So as you are doing your business, you also have to balance. So I'm just learning from you the way that you are balancing. I hope your children are not suffering. You do provide also time for those children and your husband.
Yes, I try as much as possible. And for the children, they are normally bringing homework, so I know that my afternoons I have to be free so that we do homework together. Yeah, so I do spare time for them. At least I should see that their academics are also going well. Yeah. And also we have our own. We make time as a family. We say that we are having picnics. Of course, we don't do picnics. Like we don't go somewhere. It's just around the house.
Around the house, yeah.
But just sitting outside and then having our food outside. And for the children, you know, for children, they are not too difficult to please. It's just simple things, and they are happy. Yeah. So we try as much as possible to do those. Yeah.
So finally, can you just advise the viewers on how to start a business, a successful business? How can they really just start up that business?
Okay. The very first thing I think is to ask God. Yeah. God always speaks to us, and it is the passions. We always say that I have a passion in this. I have a hobby, not passion. We call it a hobby. I have a hobby. Maybe I love plants. I love just cleaning generally. We don't realize that hobby, if we put a lot of passion in it, it can be a business. Like cleaning, people do interior designing. That's also a business that other people are looking services for. Yeah, you talk about I love plants. People are looking for gardeners. They are looking for landscapers. They are looking for so many things. Yeah. So those hobbies and passions, ask God and talk to God and ask Him. He always shows us the direction that this one is going to be the right path. Yeah, and also I normally love to base all my businesses under Ecclesiastes 11. It talks about investing in businesses.
Okay.
Yeah, it talks about investing in 7, even 8 businesses, because you never know which one is going to bring you some profit.
Yes.
It also mentions about you don't look for clouds for you to start farming. Even here, our farmers, right now you find that others are already busy in the field. We can't see any clouds. We are not guaranteed that rain is coming, but they're still working. So it also goes with businesses. Just start small. You don't know where it's going to take you, but be consistent and spend your time researching and reading and studying. Find mentors, people who can teach you, who are already in that field, who can talk to you. Of course, I know that you are closing. I also wanted to mention that it is a challenge to find a mentor or to find someone who is open enough to say, okay, this is what I do. Come here, I'll tell you all the information. People will always hide information.
Stingy with the ideas.
Yes.
You're right.
But for me, if someone approaches me and says, how do you do this? I always tell them, because I believe that the grace that you have is not my grace. So even if you are in cake business and I'm also in cake business, and you come and ask me, how do you do this? I'm going to tell you without even attaching a fee to it, because I know that even if I hide one way or the other, you're still going to get the business that I think that I'm keeping away from you. Yeah.
So freely you receive, freely you give. Yeah, God has given you that idea freely. He hasn't charged you. That's why, from what you're saying, in closing, you said ask from God. He gives you freely, and you should also be able to share freely with other people. Follow your passion or your hobby. Recognize the season, just as the farmers, they do recognize that this will be rainy season coming. They do recognize the season. Don't be lazy. Research, research, research. That's how we start our businesses. So, having reached that point, thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you for accepting to come here. I really appreciate.
Thank you.
You're coming. I don't take it for granted. To the viewers, I hope you have enjoyed this episode. You have learned a thing or two from on how to operate a business. Not only operating a business, but a successful business. So, having reached that point, I just want to wish you all the best as you are starting and exploring your business ideas. Stay blessed. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. Thank you so much.